So I would like to invite the last speaker, Mr. Navnidhi Kishore sir. It is audible, sir? Navnidhi Kishore sir, it is audible to you? Navnidhi Kishore sir, it is audible?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
You're audible.
So first of all, I'll introduce Navnidhi Kishore sir. He started his career in April 2011 from ICICI Bank Limited, where he is the privileged banker after getting the placement from one of the top reputed business school from Delhi, that is FIIB, Fortune Institute of International Business, with international business and marketing as a specialization. Later on, he switched his career in October 2012. He came to Delhi and started their journey as a freight forwarding industry, where he learned the nonsense of each and every vertical with overall experience more than a decade in the freight forwarding industries. He decided to start Vantage Global India Private Limited in year 2020. His startup venture successfully survived the pandemic because the most of the startup has suffered a lot in the pandemic, but his venture successfully survived this pandemic and is strongly meeting his short and long term goal. So now he's successfully running and growing these industries and providing job to many people and leading the freight forwarding industries and supporting the people in import export businesses. Over to Nonidhi Kishore sir.
Thank you, Prashant sir, for your lovely introduction. Good morning to all of you.
Sir, you are not visible.
So I have already shared my video.
Okay. Please do, sir.
It's already shared, sir. Still, I am not visible. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, still I am not visible.
No, you are not visible.
So there might be some issues, glitches of technologies. I don't know. Okay, start from my presentation and should I share my screen?
Now it is visible, sir. No, maybe, sir. Maybe the slow of internet.
Maybe.
Maybe. It is visible, sir.
Thank you, Prashant sir, and good afternoon to all of you. So I'll be covering the topic and I'll be explaining about the freight forwarding industry and the current market trends. So the global economy can't be said successful without a successful trading system. And a trading system can't successful without the assistance of logistics. Logistics for a global economy further gets complicated with the addition of procedures like documentation and custom clearance, which on a total scale is managed by a freight forwarding system. So these all are the topics I'll be covering in this presentation. Freight forwarding industry and overview of logistics industry in India. Key trends in the logistics industry, future trends of logistics industry in India, consumers' behavior and expectations, and corrective measures to be taken to strengthen our logistics industry. So, first of all, many of us should know that actually what is the who is the freight forwarder? It's just an intermediary between exporter and who performs and delivers the consignment and from shipper's warehouse till consignee's warehouse as per the Incoterms involved in the transaction between shipper and consignee, or you can say the exporter and importer. So the freight forwarding industry and overview of logistics in India. The logistics industry in India is growing rapidly with the country's economic expanding at a rapid pace. The sector is expected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 15.5% between the financial year 2019 to 2024, according to the various market research and government agencies. This freight forwarding industry employs approximately 22 million people and is expected to create another 1.2 million jobs by 2025. And definitely our government is focusing on the infrastructure, FDI, and the implementation of goods and service tax are some of the key drivers and growth in the sector. The government's initiatives such as Make in India and Digital India are also expected to boost the growth of logistics industry in our country. Despite progress in the industry, there are challenges which includes inadequate infrastructure in our country, majorly at inland locations, that is ICDs and CFS. ICDs is inland container depot and container freight stations. Like if you are exporting from the main port, which is Nhava Sheva, Mundra, Kolkata, Chennai Port Trust, and all. So you get most of the inventories and services over there with means maximum inventories and all. But if you have to move a project from say Delhi NCR, so you will have to transport your consignment from here to the main port, and then you can handle all those critical consignments. Likewise, your project consignments. Again, the complex regulatory procedures, the custom procedure. Custom procedure is one of the biggest hurdles which is deteriorating our exporters and importers to maximize the market share of exports like China is doing. Definitely, China is harassing their importers, but for export, they are supporting to their exporters uh, with the maximum possibilities. Even if you don't have your own export license, you can export from China. But here in India, you have to fulfill lots of documentation and follow lots of number of procedures to export your consignment from one place to another. Again, the high logistics due to the poor infrastructure and all. But yes, again, our government is creating roads and networks, and which is increasing our capacity to the maximum as compared with the previous years. Again, fragmented warehousing and distribution networks. Our industry is already working on it, and with the various initiatives from government, it is being improved. So efforts are being made to address the challenges and create more efficient logistics ecosystem. So we cannot escape this. Here, exporter and importer. So how it takes place? Here is the buyer and here is seller. So and the role of freight forwarders. So there is Incoterms comes in between exporters and importers. Rather, you can say buyer and seller. And at the moment, it is Incoterms is international commercial terms, where exporter secures his payment from international market with the various trade transactions and all. So if you are getting advance payment, definitely your shipment, your payment is secured. But on consignee's side, uh, their payments are on stake until and unless they receive their consignment at their warehouse. So there are banks in uh, to ease the payment procedure and to fulfill the trading system smoothly. So, what is the role of freight forwarder in transporting the goods from exporters' warehouse to till consignees, so importers' warehouse? We, the freight forwarder, assist with the documentation procedure. We assist with the logistics and part. We assist with the custom clearance and all. We assist with the overseas rules and regulations of their custom clearance and fulfill all the transactions which takes place in between exporters and importers. Okay, so these are the major services which freight forwarding industry caters. Like our consignment move through air. If it is small, then definitely it's go through passenger flights, which is called PAX flights, passenger come cargo flights. Okay, and if there is a project cargo movement and the other bulky consignments, it goes through the freighter or part charter flights or the part chartering. Again, the project cargo, road and rail freight, road and rail freight, warehousing and distributions, custom brokerage, turnkey project handling. Okay, turnkey project handling. Over here, it's slightly different from the project. Over here, you completely take a project from one location, deliver it successfully, implement it successfully and hand it over to the client. So then it comes to the turnkey project handling. Again, break bulk project handling, oil and gas project logistics, third country logistics. Third country is you are sitting over here in any nook and corner of the globe, and you can export from any. Likewise, if you have to export a consignment from China to any of the European countries, so you can export your consignment by sitting over here in India only. You need not to bring that consignment to India and re-export it from here to there. You just use a switch BL and you can directly export from China to any of the countries of European countries or any of the country around the globe. So warehousing, again, it is bonded and non-bonded. and the consultancy services. Now, key trends in the logistics industry: digitalization and automation. So, without the use of digitalization, we cannot think of proceeding, means to move a single step from any other places. Likewise, if you have to share your documents, uh, initially it was being sent through telex or fax or the other mediums likewise. But nowadays you can just scan your documents and you can smoothly send it to your receiver within a fraction of minutes or seconds. So yes, again, artificial intelligence is uh, there, mechanical learning, IoT, robotic process. Yes, robotic process is being used, frequently used in warehousing to smooth the complete process and handle the consignments, like railways are using this. Indian services are also been used by robotic process systems. E-commerce and omni-channel logistics. The rapid growth of e-commerce has driven the need of efficient last mile delivery, and sir has already covered that reverse logistics. So if there is any wrong delivery or the faulty delivery or the delivery which wasn't supposed to deliver uh, to the end user, is being catered by reverse logistics. You just pick up the product from there and you return it to the actual exporter or the seller. Sustainability and green logistics. There is a growing focus on sustainable logistics practices to reduce the industry's environmental impact. And again, the initiation of green logistics, biofuel, use of biofuel, electric vehicles, and eco-friendly warehousing. So these all are the next generation implementation of in our logistics industry. And so the data analytics and predictive insights. Logistics companies are harnessing the power of big data analytics to gain insight into operations, optimize routes, forecast demand, improve overall efficiency. Predictive analytics helps to proactive decision making and mitigating potential disruptions. Supply chain visibility and transparency. So real time tracking and the advancement of visual solutions. The blockchain technologies are being improved, and the risk accountability and the risk management. Collaborative logistics and sharing economy. Collaboration among logistics service providers, shippers, and the carriers is increasing through sharing. Likewise, the shipping lines are also sharing their space. If you are sending us a booking to Mux, and Mux is using vessel of CMA CGM, so it is the collaboration between the two big giants even. So to reduce the cost, to provide maximum services to the clients. It helps in reducing costs and optimizing capacity utilization and improving overall efficiency. The last mile innovation, it has already been covered, and the risk managements. Likewise, in previous uh, years of COVID 2019 pandemics, and again there were several wars uh, which took place in Russia. Again, the several parts of the other uh, globes like in Sudan. So we always have to forecast the risk, and to accordingly we can move to sustain in the business. So these trends are shaping the futures of logistics industry and driving innovation and transforming traditional practices. It's important for logistics providers to adopt and embrace these trends to stay competitive in a rapidly evolving landscape. So future trade logistics industry in India. Again, it's integration of logistics solution into solutions which you pick up a consignment from shipper's location and you deliver it to the buyer's warehouse or the place where he wants to get the product delivered. With the support of transportation, warehousing, and the other value-added services. Now, technology-driven innovations, uh, last mile delivery innovations, green and sustainable logistics, strengthening the of infrastructures. Like we have to make more and more airports and roadways and railways to cater the services, and as India is emerging one of the fastest exporting country around the globe. If you will take the pharmaceutical sectors, India has already surpassed China, and it is number one in the exporting of pharmaceuticals around the globe. So yes, we are achieving many of the milestones, and we are now focused on export-oriented countries rather than which we were used to be importing countries, in the list of importing countries. Okay, enhanced supply chain visibility. The same thing, it's real-time tracking, the IoT-enabled devices. Again, shift to our digital platform. It is the same as uh, you need not to provide the updates to your consignee or shipper. You just provide them the login ID and password, and he will log in, and you just update it at your platform, and he will get the updates time to time on frequent intervals as per their requirements and your system settings. So these platforms connect shippers, carriers, and logistics service providers to collaboration, transparent pricing, and efficient utilization of resources. And again, the focus on skill developments. Definitely, skillful employees will always be fruitful to the company, and if the company is growing, it's contributing to the country's growth. It's increasing the employment in the country, and definitely it's a win-win situation for the business owners and the government. So these future trends indicates a promising and dynamic landscape for the logistics industry in India. By embarrassing technologies, ability and innovations, logistics providers can drive efficiently, reduce costs, and deliver enhanced meet the evolving demands of businesses and consumers. Now, the consumers' behavior and expectations from our industry. So, consumer behaviors and expectations from logistics industry have evolved with the rise of e-commerce and increasing customer demands. So here are the some key aspects. Speed and timeliness. Like sir has already quoted that in domestic we are delivering the groceries within 10 minutes. Within the city, we are delivering the dockets or the small consignments within a day. If you are getting the consignments early in the morning, the service providers are delivering it to their places within an hour or two or by the end of the day, depending on the dedicated service you are selecting or the sharing services you are selecting. And similarly, in if you have to deliver some consignments in overseas, you can expect the delivery in 2 to 3 days. Again, the transparency and the visibility. It has already been covered that if a shipper has handed over their consignment to you, it must be visible to shipper the status of his consignment. Actually, where his consignment is lying, whether it is in customs. If it is in customs, what is the process taking place in the customs? So you can just with a click of your login, you can take the real time access of your that consignment, that where it is actually lying. So no one can make fool of you that your consignment is being held in the customs or your consignment has already been on the way. You can just log into your system and you can get each and every details on your fingertips. So transparency and visibility is there. Flexibility and convenience. Yes, the consumers appreciate flexibility, flexible delivery options like the dedicated services if the customer wants. From or you can say if the customer wants the product to be pick up from his warehouse. Again, if the customer has already packed up their material, it's okay. If not, then you pack up that material for your shipper and you transport that product to the nearest ICDs or the airports, and you transport that you custom clear the consignment and send it to the overseas. Again, in overseas, uh, the custom clearance and the transportation will take place and it will be delivered to the consignee. The flexibility and the convenience. Seamless return and reverse logistics. Yes, if you find any problem with the product which was delivered, you can easily return it to to its origin. Definitely, it will cost some, and before uh, purchasing your product, or before you agree to buy that product, you also consider your return policy, even if it is in India or abroad. Whosoever will accept the logistics cost, because logistics cost will sometimes logistics cost uh, consumes much more time and much more money than your actual product cost. So uh, all these things needs to be taken care of well in advance. Personalization and customization. Consumers appreciate personalized experience and customized delivery options. So if somebody says that I want this product to be delivered within the given time frame or the given duration only, you deliver the products as per the customer's requirement. So it's personalized services and the customized services as per the customer's requirement and availability. Again, secure and reliable packaging as per the requirement and the now customer service and communications. So prompt and responsive customer service is highly valued by consumers. They expect clear and timely communications regarding order status. So it is being provided with the use of technologies, and it's very much efficient nowadays. Again, sustainability and ethical practices. So consumers are increasing conscious of sustainability and ethical practices. They expect logistics provider to prioritize environmental friendly initiatives such as using eco-friendly vehicles, minimize packaging wastage, and reducing carbon emissions. So meeting these consumers' expectations requires logistics providers to invest in efficient process, robust tracking systems, and reliable transportation network, and responsive customer service. By focusing on customer-centric approaches, logistics companies can build trust, loyalty, deliver expectations, exceptional experience in the evolving landscape of consumers' expectations. Now, the corrective measures to be taken to strengthen our logistics industry. So, again, the infrastructure development. Likewise, there are many more scope to improve our road and rail networks. Again, the airports and the seaports, which need increase in the numbers. Again, if we are focusing on the export oriented countries, so if we will see in India, the maximum shipping lines provides weekly sailings from the major ports. Whereas if you will see in China or other export oriented countries, there are 2 to 3 vessels within a week time, which gets exported from the particular country, means any of the main seaports. So we will have to increase the number of sailings and flight frequencies to mitigate the customers' requirements. Regulatory reforms. We will have to simplify our paperwork and the custom regulations and regulatories. Again, the peoples and who are sitting in the customs and the practices which is going nowadays. So just to uh, earn some sort of money, they harass exporters. They demand unnecessary documents from customers, and uh, unnecessarily they delay the consignments just to earn a few additional bucks. So this should be taken care of. Again, the skill development and trainings. So we all must focus on skill development and programs to enhance the capabilities of the workforce in the logistics industry. Or definitely, it's applicable for across the industry to for on skill development and trainings to get the maximum output with the available man force or the limited resources. Providing trainings in the areas such as supply chain management, technology adoptions, and the customer service can help raise the overall standards of the industry. If we are in as if we are talking about logistics and supply chain industry, we will have to provide 24 into 7 services to the customers. If customer will call you in the midnight, definitely you'll have to return and reply with the same time. So this sort of skills and trainings must be there. Again, the technology and adoptions. So embarrassing technologies is crucial for the growth of logistics industry. Investing in digital solutions, automation, data analytics, and tracking systems can improve operational efficiency. Now, the collaboration and partnerships, it has already been covered earlier. So, focus on sustainability. Yes, promoting sustainability practices in the logistics industry can have a positive impact on the environment and enhance industry reputation. Encouraging the use of renewable energy resources, optimizing transportation routes, and adopting eco-friendly packaging can contribute to a greener and more sustainable logistics ecosystem. The support of government and incentives. Governments can play, even governments are playing a crucial role in supporting logistics industry. If to promote our exports, the government levy taxes on imports. Likewise, there are ad valorem duty, and there are many other duties which are being imposed on import to uh, promote the our small manufacturers and all, so that our industry can buy their product from the local manufacturers. Industry standards and best practices. Establishing the industry standards and promoting best practices can help improve the overall quality and reliability of logistics services. So, by implementing these corrective measures, the logistics industry can become more efficient, reliable, and competitive. Collaboration between government, industry stakeholders, and technology service providers is vital to driving the improvement and ensuring sustainable growth in the logistics sector. So again, I was talking about Incoterms. So there are few Incoterms. Incoterms is abbreviated as International Commercial Terms. So it takes place between these are the terms like ex works, FCA, CPT, CIP, DPU, DAP, DDP, FAS, FOB, CFR, and CIF. So in our industry, this Incoterms plays a very vital role, and the roles and responsibilities of exporters, importers, and the service providers. So see, uh, here is the exporter's warehouse, and here is the importer's warehouse. So in XWorks, the consignment. So actually, rather explaining all the Incoterms, there are major Incoterms which are frequently being used in industry is XWorks, sometimes FCA, then DDP, DAP, FOB, and CIF, sometimes CFR. So XWorks is the shipper's responsibility and liability ceases at their warehouse only. And the complete responsibility and liabilities goes to importer or the buyer or their freight forwarder, whosoever is handling the consignments on behalf of them. So if any damage occurs after handing over the consignment to the consignee's counterpart or the consignee's service provider, all the responsibilities and liability goes to this consignee, and consignee can take this their losses or through the insurance and the other the security procedure which they take against their consignments. So now DDP. DDP is completely reversed to the XWorks. Over here, the shipper takes responsibility to deliver the consignment till consignee's warehouse. So all the risk, responsibilities, and liabilities remain with shipper until and unless shipment gets delivered to the consignee, the end user. Again, the payment terms also means depends on the this type of Incoterms. Like sometimes it's advance payment, sometimes against documents, sometimes through bank guarantee. So there are many things which involves, and likewise these Incoterms, the payment also takes place through the various procedures, and it's the contract between the exporters and importers. So XWorks and DDP is the completely vice versa. Again, if you are talking about FOB, so here the shipper needs to custom clear the consignment at the named port and hand it over to the consignee or consignee's handling agent. And the risk and responsibilities ceases at the named port only. So the similar in CIF, the shipper has to deliver this consignment till consignee's named port, and over there the all the procedures and likewise the custom clearance and the transportation and the duty, whatever the importing country will impose on that particular product. So each and everything will under the scope of consignee or the consignee agent. Yes, there is slightly difference between CFR and CIF. CIF is cost, insurance, and freight, and CFR is cost and freight only. So over here, if the shipment term is CFR, the insurance must be taken by consignee. Although the shipper will deliver these goods to consignee's destination named port, the insurance must be taken by consignee from the origin till destination, origin port till destination port. So, and in CIF, the insurance part means the responsibility and liability starts from origin till destination port, and it's under the scope of SIPA. And if we are talking about consignee's responsibilities and liabilities, it starts from the consignee's port and from there to consignee's warehouse. So these are the things which we need to focus on and to handling this our consignments. So that's all. Thank you.